This is the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast, episode 109. On today's show, we'll have our best and worst. We'll be discussing Microsoft's rumored consoles, possibly being revealed at E3 this year. We'll also have our games, Name the Game, Gamer Trivia, and of course, the speedrun.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 109 podcast now. It's just a weird, crazy number to be in, I think.
The crazy number 109?
It feels like it. We're just so far into this thing now. It's just getting crazy.
What happens when we get to 110?
I mean, that's just like around
super
easy.
crazy.
That'll never happen. That's future.
We'll never. I can't foresee the future like that, man. Like, who knows? We are the Super Co-op Squad. We love games. Every single week we sit down together as friends, as fellow gamers, as good old buds, pals, compadres, compatriots. And we just talk about games, the latest news, what's going on in the community, and just have a general kick butt time, chatting it up for about an hour and a little bit more. That's what we do. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mack. I'm here with my fellow host, Garrett Laney.
Hello.
And Joshua Gerard.
Yay.
Yeah.
You don't like the Patriots. Why do you say come Patriots?
That has nothing to do with the Patriots. Don't add things to those cheaters.
You're saying it, so
I guess.
Guns of the Patriots. Guns of the Patriots.
I really wouldn't do that. I didn't think it through. This is gonna go live on Apple.
Guns
I would never do that to anyone. Before we hop into today's content, though, we're giving you a terrible spoiler of the week.
Terrible spoiler. You guys ready?
You prepped?
We'll find out. So in the movie E.T., E.T. goes home.
Did you actually watch E.T.?
Did you watch it? You didn't watch it.
You weren't supposed to ask that, Joshua. You weren't supposed to ask that.
Johnny,
I was supposed to make it look like I knew what I was talking about.
Johnny mentioned it first.
I was going to ask.
Maybe.
Well, I just want to know if you're a liar.
He was just shocked that I had unfortunately spoiled this great movie.
It's not that great. And also, it's not really confirmed if he makes it home. Like, yeah, he gets reunited with whoever picked him up, but do we know that was his parents? Like, do we know that they just gave him to some strangers? They didn't check to see if it was his family, if they knew his name. Like, that's bad parenting, bro. Like, those kids, horrible
parents. Those kids are horrible parents.
Horrible guardians. Yeah, I would never trust them with a pet. Like, anyway, for real spoilers, guys.
Sequel's coming. Yeah. Unannounced sequel.
Yeah, be aware everything we're talking about could get spoiled. It could be television shows, it could be games, movies. We've already seen Game of Thrones season 8, so like, be aware we might spoil what happened. Arya dies. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if Arya dies.
Damn.
I do know if she dies. I just won't tell you. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For real spoilers, though, just be aware. We're talking about some stuff. All right, let's get into real quick the best and worst news that we each had for the week. Garrett Laney, go ahead and start it off, sir.
So my worst, it's a sad day for me. Many other people probably see it as a good thing, or just the passing of the torch, if you will. But Reggie Fils-Aimé is retiring, or actually has retired already, from Nintendo.
Well, I think his retiree date is in early April, right?
That's basically it. Basically happened.
Yeah. I mean, he's just going to kick back and sign autographs for the next month and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope he still kind of like shows up to events and stuff.
I'm sure he will. Well, it depends, because he says he's going to take time with his family.
Okay.
So
right. And, that's respectable, of course. I love the interactions that he has with the gaming community and, fellow gamers. So you don't see that a lot in the video game industry. The CEOs and kind of important people, they stay in the back, stay in their offices and make the money. So I feel he was one of the good ones, and I'm happy for him that he is going to be able to spend time with his family, but I'm sad to see him go.
Was your body ready?
My body was not ready.
Gotcha.
I didn't see it coming.
Nobody did. This was also my worst news. I don't have much more to add to that, except he will be missed. I am curious, though, how Bowser is going to do taking over the reins of Nintendo. See what I did there?
I do.
There's a lot of GIFs and memes. I don't know. It's kind of weird now, but I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard he's very well invested into the community, and he's done a lot previous work, not just with inspiring with Nintendo, but with other companies that he's worked for. So I think Nintendo's in good hands, but we will see. I'm curious. Also, last thing, what's gonna happen? Because not Nintendo. Reggie was kind of the face on a lot of the Nintendo Directs and kind of the announcements. So I wonder if Mr. Bowser is going to be in those same footsteps, or if someone else is going to be representing kind of the video portion of it.
I feel that part's actually kind of false. Actually, like most of the directs I see, he's never up there like talking about like Smash Brothers or the next game. Like it's always someone whose name I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't. And there's a translation for that person. Like it's never Reggie. But I do admit that, yeah, he was an icon for Nintendo of America. And I think honestly deserves a whole podcast just to talk about what that would look like, where they go now, because the two heads of, Nintendo proper in Japan, passed away, and Reggie Fils-Aimé no longer working there. That's a big change in 3 years for them. So where do they go now? I can't say I care too much that Reggie's not going to be there. It's sad for those of you who really appreciate what he did, but for me, it seems like he was more of a back office kind of guy. Like I don't ever hear like, oh well, he really is the one that like cemented the direction of this game or this series or what we've done. And I know he definitely did that stuff, right? But like, could you tell me like one thing that he has done the same way you could tell, I don't know, for Satoru Iwata, like what did he do specifically?
Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. Like he is a cool dude. He's got a funky kind of quirky pizzazz that he I don't know, that he embodied. Like he did not care. He just had fun up there, But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. It's always the leader in the background that you don't know you're gonna miss. That you're gonna miss. And I know you're gonna miss him, but I mean, like you can't really tell me what he did, but that might be why he's so good.
Okay.
So yeah. So my worst news is they're all gone, all of them. Netflix has canceled the last two Marvel shows on their platform. The Punisher is done, and after season 3 of Jessica Jones releases, that is also finished. So I am sad.
I didn't know that it was getting a season 3.
Yeah, they're still continuing with season 3, but after that.
But yeah, it sucks. Like Marvel's done with Netflix. Netflix done with Marvel. I think that's actually what it is more. Netflix decided to cancel the shows rather than
being told to,
or just paying royalties or whatever was going on. They canceled those shows.
Well, I mean, are the seasons still staying on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're not breaking up with me. I'm breaking up with you.
That's
one of those things. Yeah.
I just see it as the first of potentially many, but who knows, of good things that are gone because of Disney Plus coming. And there might be more good things rather than bad, but I mean, that's 3 bad things and 2 things no one cared about that are gone. Because nobody cared about no Iron Fist or the Defenders. But I did care about Luke Cage and the Punisher and Jessica Jones.
And
Daredevil, yeah. 4. Yeah, they have 6 shows. They had 6 shows.
Yep.
So yeah, and Daredevil. It hurts, man. Hurts. Cool. That's my worst news. Time to vote. Unless you guys have something to say. You don't have Netflix. I doubt it. Do you even care? You only watch, I think, 2 of those shows.
Yeah. 2.5.
Yeah, that's better than 0.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't care for Punisher.
I didn't watch it.
There you
Not
go.
yet.
Voting. Can't vote for mine. I vote for Joshua's. It's pretty sad to see an icon not take a step down, but take some time off.
No, he's stepping down. He
is stepping down.
He's
yeah.
leaving. Can't vote for mine, and it's like we have this mirror right in front of us because I vote Garrett.
All right. Well,
you can't vote for yours,
so I vote Garrett's. Although I've been thinking, I think that we should do a thing where we have to have different best and worsts, not only for content's sake, but also because I'm going to be most likely releasing a best and worst article every week with the Game Fanatics, and I'll be utilizing what we talk about here, and it just doesn't help me if you guys if we all have the same thing.
You know what's extremely ironic about this?
What's that?
I have been saying this for a while.
I
Sorry, excuse me. For a while. That
Really?
we need to tell each other what our best and worst are so that we can have different ones.
All right.
And it's been, I don't want to say like shut down, but it's been like, nah, Garrett, nah, just if it is, it is. We'll talk about it.
Well, okay. I
But
want
now
to.
Johnny needs it.
It's not what I.
For his other hobby.
So what? I still think we shouldn't tell each other. Just have a couple ready to go.
So Garrett goes first and like, crap, I guess I can't use that one because Garrett already used it.
He's your backup one. And then after both of ours, we're both of Johnny's backup ones. Hopefully he has a third.
I better be
So
ready.
always have three.
You better have
worst
three.
news. And then remember, it can't be in the speed run going forward because that's probably going to be topic number 2.
What? What?
No, man. I
okay.
feel if we need to have different ones, we're going to have to tell each other what they are.
We'll talk about it off air from
Uh-huh.
here. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into our
Let
best.
the listeners vote.
Best news of the week.
So, ironically, my best news of the week is Mr. Doug Bowser joining the fray. Nintendo of America's new president. Specifically because, sure, he's from EA. So there's that. But he did take a funny picture when he was introduced. I think it shows his kind of light side, and that though Reggie was known to be kind of like playful and funny and interact, that it seems like Doug Bowser, whether he was told to or not, can also still kind of take some jabs and have fun.
Be a troll.
Yeah, so having Mario and Luigi tied up by a GameCube controller as he's saying, "Hey guys, thanks for the welcome," and just holds up his name Bowser. Yeah, so I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
Hopefully good things to come.
never-ending meme of things. to
It'll
come.
never stop, and they'll probably call his wife Bowsette.
or his
probably-
children.
No,
I
they'll be
guess
the Koopa
not,
kids.
yeah.
They'll be the Koopa
But
kids.
he's not a Koopa though.
Actually, Bowser's King Koopa.
Yeah, but not Doug Bowser. He hasn't been dubbed King Koopa yet.
Okay, Joshua.
Let's be real here. We can't be just throwing away nicknames like that just because.
It's not a nickname. It's just a name in Japanese.
Okay,
All right.
I'll see him we'll see him in Japan. We'll just hey Koopa, Doug Koopa. Okay, so my best news. So you're gonna have to hear me out on this one. Okay, so Capcom stated that it has no plans to release post DLC content after Devil May Cry 5 is released. Why is that a possible good thing? Why is that possibly my best news? I feel that, and we've talked about it before, where games, we don't feel that they're complete, or we feel that there's stuff left on the table because we get a game and then we get immediate DLC or DLC that should have been included in the game. My feeling on this is if they have no post DLC that they are thinking about doing, then this is hopefully a more complete game versus here's a game we want to do and we want to do some other stuff, but we're only going to do it after the game releases. I see it as this is our big picture. This is what we want to invest in. This is our imagining of this game. And that's what we're going to stick with. And if we decide to come up with more sometime in the future, based on how they're saying it here, then we'll make that decision to do that.
I mean, that's an interesting viewpoint, and I think I mostly agree. I think there's the right and wrong way to manage post-game content. And there's that I don't really know kind of mystery factor of, did they release this content and was it made prior to the game releasing? In which case, I'm upset because you held back content to force me to buy it later when it's already done or very, very near done.
You mean when Capcom locked Street Fighter characters on the disc?
Yeah. Or Mortal Kombat did the same. Or Injustice.
Yeah. Well,
Street Fighter did it first.
even stands that. Remember when, was it Arkham Knight where they're like, here's a season pass and we're not going to tell you what the season pass is?
I mean, I don't even mind that much. Like Fallout 4 did that. Like, I don't mind if you don't have to tell me, but when it's very apparent or you make it seem apparent to me that you've already completed this or you find out later, I don't like that. Like Fallout 4 did that. You really didn't know what was going to be in that Fallout 4 season pass, but like they brought content, bro. Like I really couldn't see them having made that much stuff and not have been working on it for that last year. And I'm okay with that. But I think the best way to do DLC content that is 100% sweet is like the way what game is it?
Overwatch.
not Overwatch,
Breath of the Wild,
not Breath of the Wild. Let me think. Oh man, Dead Cells, where you have this rotation of like a challenge door that you can continue to go to that's continuously updated, or Diablo having seasons. I guess that also counts for Overwatch and Breath of the Wild. But like that, like Diablo has seasons where you can get new gear, rare gear that they're releasing slowly but surely. Like I like things like that keep the game alive, but are not necessarily a paywall thing. Like I think that's cool.
Okay.
I see where you're going, but those are not good examples. The things in
Of
because they're just
post-DLC?
seasons. Yeah, because that's not DLC. That's the seasons is you can get that gear in the base game already. Here's a sure way to get it. At least for Diablo. I was going with Overwatch because I feel the best way to do DLC is just, hey, you bought the game already. It's free. Here's some new maps. Here's some new characters.
That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah,
fair.
I see where you're going.
Versus the last DMC game where you have the whole game as Dante, and then there was an expansion where you play as Virgil. Like, did you not plan that out in the game's development, or only like towards kind of the post stuff?
Right. That makes sense. Okay, my best news of the week. It's probably the news I should have had last week when Garrett ripped up on me regarding
recycled content.
It's not recycled because I haven't talked about it yet.
Old news.
It's not old news.
You said anything that happened last week it stays last week.
It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler from last week.
Yeah.
What is it, Johnny?
It is Hollow Knight Silksong. I am stoked for this game. I love Hollow Knight so much. Such a fun platforming Metroidvania. I love the premise. I love the artwork. Just the weird, creepy, just vibe that it has. Not too creepy, but just enough, but also a tiny bit cutesy. Great enemies, great skill in combat. It's a great game. And to play this other character is really cool because it matches up with the game. It's just awesome. I'm very excited for this. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Is it? DLC?
So it was supposed to be DLC, and then it pretty much just rolled and tumbled and snowballed its way into another game. That's pretty much
like,
what happened.
Oops, we added too much content.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
All right, and that's Silksong.
Silksong.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that is adequate news. That is acceptable.
Thank you for that. Seems like you had nothing to say. Okay, time to vote.
I am going to vote Johnny's. It's actually really cool when there's a really fun game that gets a sequel. DMC coming out, that's cool. I'm glad that it's possibly going to be a complete game, depending on what it says. But just because they don't plan DLC doesn't mean it's a complete game.
Also, they could do DLC too.
Yeah,
yep.
Also that. But I see what you're saying. But I am happy for fans of Hollow Knight. This one's for you.
Okay, I vote Johnny.
Yay! It's been a while since I got a best of the week win. I'll take it.
It's been a while since you had some best news.
Yeah, since you had some content. Yep.
All right, burn. All right, let's get into the next segment. All right, so rumors are abounding. A small company, I believe in Joshua, you kind of released this to us. A French-based gaming website released a statement potentially revealing from one of their sources that Microsoft will be announcing and revealing a new console or consoles,
plural.
Yeah, plural. At this year's E3, so E3 2019. There's no news specifically of what these might be. They have been codenamed Project Scarlet. So this is interesting because we're at a very, I think, unique point in time with the where each of the three consoles are at. So to just firstly break down the news and the details that have been provided, and Joshua, thank you for keeping this all succinctly put in here. So potentially one of these consoles could be an entry level digital only console. Thoughts on that?
Well, we've heard rumors and speculation that Microsoft could be doing this. They initially wanted to do this before the actual Xbox One launched, and we all know what happened there. And then it resurfaced. So I understand why they would want to do it, because there's people that don't buy physical at all. There's also people that would rather not have to go into a store to purchase something. And if you can do it from the comfort of your own home and you want to do that, that's fine. My only hesitation with that is you're going to need a big enough hard drive. Like, don't give us a 500 gig console that's only going to be for digital downloads. Like, you're going to run out of space rather quickly, whether it's a free game or a fully paid, 60 gig, 100 gigs to play Blackout and Call of Duty 4. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with you about the hard drive size thing, but that is not an issue for digital games. That's just an issue for games now, right? Like, every game, whether you buy it physically or digitally, you have to install it.
Slight exceptions, Switch, obviously. You don't need to install your physical games. I have noticed, I don't know if other people have noticed this, but I think there's a difference in size on the PlayStation between buying digital or physical. Like, you still have to install it, but I believe it takes up less space.
Okay.
That's something I've noticed. Maybe mine's broken, though. So
I think it varies by game. Some, if you install it from the disc, it's less than if you were to do a full digital. And plus, I think cloud saves are going to be more of a focus as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, cloud saves versus having your entire purchase accessible and streamable from the cloud is different. Like, if you can save my progress, sure, but like if the game itself has to be on my hard drive, that's most of the data there.
Yeah.
It depends. There's a lot up in the air. What are your thoughts on digital only?
Well, it's funny because if Microsoft does do this, they were not first to the punch. Sony with its PSP Go, which drastically failed. I get people were not ready. The time wasn't right.
It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, the time was not right. Looking back now, like I buy my games digital, like strictly, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I agree most of what you're saying, but two things. So the PSP Go was actually fairly successful in Japan, where they have just the people don't drive as much in most parts of Japan.
Yeah.
So it was pretty successful there. The second thing is PSP in general just didn't have games. Like, it just did not have games. Like, I feel like if it had some content, like maybe it had a fighting chance. So I don't know. Well, I guess that's where Microsoft is right now, right? Like, they ain't got no games. So maybe they are the same as PSP Go. I don't like this, only because to your point, as you say often, Garrett, give us options. Like, I understand having a disk drive in your machine might increase the cost a little bit, but taking away options is the reason why you came out in second place out of the gates with Sony's PS4, because you tried to take people's options. People said no, sir, and you lost a ton of clout before you even got out of the starting blocks. So don't take our options. I mean, if you want to launch a digital only console alongside one that's more expensive that also has a disk drive, go for it. But don't take away the option.
I agree.
So, yep. From there, we have also heard reports that Halo Infinite will be released alongside this new console, which effectively means this game might not launch or even be available on the Xbox One. It's possible.
I disagree. That is probably what a lot of people might be jumping to, but more often than not, when a new system comes out for a while, there will be multiple versions of a game. So, I mean, like when Breath of the Wild came out, didn't it get delayed because they wanted to bring it out on the Wii U?
Yeah, we could do a Twilight Princess. Came out on GameCube and Wii at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they might have been ready only up to that launch point. Not, it's ready now, but we're going to wait for a multi-launch, which actually happened with Smash Brothers as well, right? Didn't one of them get delayed? Didn't the 3DS they push that one back?
I don't think it got delayed for that reason. It got delayed because no one would have bought the 3DS version had they both come out.
No.
100% agree. They never said that because they can't, but yeah. I barely touched the 3DS version. I barely touched it once the Wii U version came out. So, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But no, I don't think that's necessarily what that means. But interesting that we're this close to a new launch. We got word about Halo Infinite, a year or two ago, and now it's supposed to be a launch title.
Yeah.
Or supposedly.
In 2020, if this console releases.
I feel like a game of that potential magnitude is better served to go along with a launch, because I feel like you're going to build more hype and you're going to build more probably people to push towards a new console. Like, if I'm going to get a Halo game and it's out on multiple systems, I might want to get it for the new console if it launches alongside of it versus, I'm going to get it now, and then if I buy a new console, then I'm going to have to buy it again. I mean, that's, telling of, can you buy one disc and will it work on all Xboxes? Like, you can buy an Xbox One game now and it'll work on your Xbox One and your Xbox One X.
See, I'm of the mind here that a lot of people say, oh, well, consoles are gonna die. Like, PC is the master race, whatever you might believe. I don't know about that, but what I do know though is that if I buy a game on Steam on my laptop and then I get a brand new hot spanking PC, I can still play that game. I don't have to buy another copy. And I feel like we're at the point now where there's less and less excuses for them to say, oh, well, if you buy this game on Xbox One, you can't play it on Xbox 2. Like, what is the reason for this now? Especially if we're not having a format issue, right? Like, if you go, okay, well, back on 360, that was a CD. It's a DVD, DVD-R. But hold on now. This is a Blu-ray over here on Xbox One, so that's why they don't But that reason's not there anymore, right? Like, I should I should be able to have bought it on your platform, your Xbox Live platform. If you're going all digital, and if I buy it on your platform, it's available on your platform, regardless of which device I am utilizing that on. So that's my only problem with Halo Infinite. If it releases on both, I don't want to have to buy 2 copies.
I don't think it'll be an issue.
No, it's I don't want to say tough to say, but like there can be version differences. There can be things that Project Scarlet can do that a regular Xbox One can't.
Okay, why? Sorry to cut you off there, but why is that a problem on PC? Like, why does PC not have that issue?
Well, it could be a whole different interface. PC's PC. I think really the only thing you can do is just make it look prettier. I mean, but when it comes to new consoles, there's new controllers, there's new ideas. I mean, take a look at Nintendo. Every time a new console comes out, it's a completely different ball game.
I mean, you say that because of what they functionally give you as a controller, but that's their choice to restrict your controller options based on that. So, for instance, like, I can plug in my GameCube controller, I can play Hollow Knight or whatever I want for the most part on the Switch. And did they intend for that? Maybe not at first, but like it's the same game regardless of what controller I use. So if you don't have motion controls, a controller is a controller. So like, for instance, even why can't I use a 360 controller on Xbox One or a 2? It's the same controller. So, I mean, what differences could Microsoft give us that the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One could do that the Xbox 2 can do that they can't, other than a graphical update? You know what I mean? Like, what's that?
Well, there was the menu interface. There was when it first came out, they got rid of it, but when you could snap apps, that's not a thing anymore. But that's just something that you can do.
But that's built into the console. It has nothing to do with the game itself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a reason that they can't do that. And maybe you're right. Maybe there is something I don't know technically that's barring that. But I don't know, man. If PC can do it, that's all these machines are. They're computers. Why can't we do it? And I feel the only reason for that is money.
Depends on how they make the disc and how everything is formatted. I mean, I don't know. We can go on and on about this. What I'll say is that Microsoft, with their Xbox Play Anywhere, you can play games that launched on Xbox One on PC, and I'm sure you can do it on Xbox One X. I'm sure they'll do it for the next console. So games like Forza, games like Crackdown or Gears of War, you'll be able to play it on multiple consoles, including PC. So I don't see their consoles their games having an issue. It's third party. If you're going to buy a Call of Duty or any other type of game, are you going to be able to play that on all 3 of these generations now?
Well, when the Xbox, not One X, when the Xbox One first came out, they did have a thing where, like, if you have it on 360, you can get the upgrade on Xbox One X or whatever they were doing. It was their first party games. It kind of, Joshua, piggybacking on what you were saying, where if there is a difference, it's up to the third party is where I think the problems are going to lie. I don't think first party there's going to be many issues. So I mean, this is my last point because like you said, we can go on this forever. But if that is the case, again, I hearken back to PC platforms. Why can't I buy a third-party game on a PC platform on Steam or whatever, and I can play it on any machine? Like, if I buy it on the Steam platform, if I have access to Steam on the Steam box or on my PC or my buddy's laptop or wherever, I just log in and can download and play my game. As long as you have version of the game.
As long as you have the listed requirements.
Yeah, but that's my point. So just if you've made it is the same game. If I play the game on Xbox One or Xbox Two, it's the same game. Now the specs as far as how it runs will be different, but that's exactly what a PC does. The specs change depending on if my computer's good enough, and if it's not good enough, it'll lag, it'll not work. I lower the specs, right? So it can function.
Yeah.
Just do that with the Xbox One and just force me to do it, right? Okay, he's logging in to play, I don't know, Batman Arkham World, or something on his Xbox One. Well, the requirements, the frame rate, all that drops to down here. And then if I play on Xbox 2, it goes back up.
If the console is built to support that, then nah.
My point is that it should be. That's all I'm saying. Imagine if you buy an app. Doesn't matter how much it costs, $10, $5, $1, and you bought it for your iPhone 4. You get iPhone 5. Should you have to buy that app again?
No.
It's a whole new device though. Everything's changed. It's iOS 7 now.
The device has changed, not the game though.
That's exactly the same. This exact same situation, Garrett. If you buy a game on Xbox One, and then if Halo Infinite launches on Xbox One and what an Xbox 2 at the same time, that's the exact situation. What's the difference?
I'm saying depending on what the console can do, there can be console differences depending on version differences.
But what? But then why do you have to buy two? The same way that like. If I buy this on iPhone 4 than iPhone 5, the iPhone 5 can do things the iPhone 4 cannot.
But people who are making those apps, who are making those games, aren't going, oh, let me throw in this thing that the iPhone 5 can do that the 4 can't.
They can.
They can. They absolutely can. They are not.
They do that for sure. That happens all the time where like there's parts of an app that work something for iPhone 5 or whatever number that can't work on the previous one. That happens all the time. Okay, so if you don't believe that happened, let's say that it does happen. Let's just say for the sake of argument that happened. They add things sometimes on the new iteration for their game or app on the newer phone that wasn't available on the 4. The situation you're saying on the Xbox One,
should you have to buy it?
Should you have to buy it again?
Should you have to buy it again?
Should you have to buy the app again?
So, I'm gonna say, yeah, because it's a $3 thing. Like
okay, but what if we're a $60 thing?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
that's my point.
Phone games don't do that.
No, but come on, like for the sake of argument, you got to look at them as if they're the same thing, right? Like the dollar amount doesn't matter.
That's tough. You're asking me to look at a mobile game as a game.
I'm asking you to look. Not a game, an app, whatever.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Let's say you have to purchase Fight Club, right? And that was $60. The D&D app.
Mm-hmm. Should you have to? No, you shouldn't. Okay. I probably would though, because
it's not about what you would. I'm saying though that if you look at them as the same thing, how can you say it's okay for Xbox to charge me again, but not iPhone? Or even if you buy the same app, an app on iPhone, and you go to Android, many times you still own the app. You don't have to rebuy it.
Didn't know that.
So like why? That's all I'm saying. Like that should not be that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree. It shouldn't be that way, but
it's a scam.
Absolutely. Scams are all over the place. There's no stopping the system.
That's true.
Scam likely.
But we can go around. I think we just have to agree to disagree here. But what do we want to see from a Microsoft brand new console? Like, what would the drive, the wow factor be?
Exclusives.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. They need to do something new. Whether it be something new with the controller, a new UI, because I'm not a fan of the UI anymore. They keep changing.
They keep changing it.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Just go back to the blades on the Xbox 360.
It's too late for that.
It's too late for that.
We're past that.
I mean, for me, it's not even about the games anymore because games are going to come regardless. They have to do something that will significantly
Are they going to come?
Well, yeah, that too. But they need to establish themselves differently from other consoles because the only difference between a PS4 and an Xbox One is really the controller at this point and what the UI is. Like they both do the same thing pretty much. You can chat, you can do Netflix, you can kind of customize a little bit. Like what's different about it? What makes you stand apart?
Okay, yeah. I mean, what I need to see from them, I think your thing is accurate. They need to have exclusives, but that's not necessarily a console thing. That's a
Xbox.
That's a Microsoft thing. Like regardless of which console.
That's what I want to see. For me to get another console, I need to see a reason to get another console, and I get consoles for games.
That's fair. Yeah. I actually don't really see what they need to do. Like at this point, consoles are at the level where they're glorified PCs. Just make it so that I can easily access my stuff, like the UI that you mentioned, Joshua. Like have that be clean and easy, and not change all the time, but like really test it, and then from there make sure I got good connection, and that's about it. Like I can't see what else they could give me that I don't already have in a console. I guess 4K, like just straight up 4K on all their consoles. Yeah, I mean, you out there tell us if we're wrong. Like I don't know what else they could give us.
HoloLens, like that'll focus, I guess.
Maybe that'll come this year. That could be their second console. Who knows?
They keep trying Kinects, and that's not working.
Yeah, no, it's not. So what? I guess the question is, okay, so earlier I mentioned in the beginning of the segment that we're in a unique situation with all three consoles, right? Sony has hit their stride. They're doing very well. They had great games last year, the previous year, that they're hitting their first party. The console's selling well consistently. They're doing good on all fronts, hardware wise, exclusive wise. Like it's running. You know, even their PlayStation Now service, it's doing well.
It's better.
Yeah, it's better. It's doing well. I don't think it's what everyone wants it to be, but it's not failing. You know, it's good. Nintendo this is now year 3 of their brand new console. They launched well earlier than everybody else did, and it's doing very well. They've got a great slate of games that have released, a great slate of games that is coming out. They got Microsoft, where it's a good console. I think the UI is the best out of all three, very intuitive, but they got crap for games. They got nothing that you want to play that's going to drive consoles. And now we see they're jumping ship potentially early as well. So what does that mean for Sony and Nintendo?
For Nintendo, I don't think it means anything. Nintendo they're doing it. They're killing it. Sony, there's rumors going on that the PS5 may be fully backwards compatible. That's huge. Whether or not you really play your old games, having the option is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo's always done their own thing. I mean, the Wii was well aware that it was different. Wii U, same thing. So they're on a league of their own. They don't even try to compete anymore. Sony, I mean, it's really just going to come down to exclusives in the end. Johnny, you've always shared that they should just have one box and they can just play anything. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's already rumors now that Microsoft exclusive titles will be coming to Switch because of all this, Microsoft and Nintendo, newfound relationship. So it'll be interesting to see how that folds out.
I don't know if we can call it a relationship. I mean, they're talking to each other, might get some dinner a couple times, see how things go.
Don't put a label on this.
A strictly plutonic date.
Let's just let this thing be, and don't put you put a label on it. We get into boundaries we don't want to have.
Exactly.
Just watch from a distance.
I agree with most of what you guys both said. I do not think we are going to see a Microsoft exclusive on a Switch anytime soon. No time soon.
I don't think either of us was saying that.
No, he did. He just said that.
No, I said that's what the rumors are.
Rumors are that there's going to be Xbox.
Well, I thought you were like backing the rumors because you're stating it.
Oh, no.
I do not agree with that. I don't know, man. Like Nintendo, they're not going to change what they do. They never do. They never change their needle or direction based on hardly anyone else.
I kind of respect that. Whether it's good or bad, they stick with it.
To a point. I mean, sometimes when someone's telling you you're doing something wrong, like you need to take some advice sometimes. But you're right. Like they're true to themselves, which is good most of the time. Sony, yeah. I mean, I don't think this can necessarily influence them. Just they got a huge install base, and I mean, it's hard, right? Like it's almost like you're playing chicken. Like okay, like we got the biggest install base, but people like new stuff. Let's see which one works. Does my install base beat people wanting to jump ship? Or does my install base have loyalty because we've provided for them? That's who knows, man. Like
so gamble every generation.
Yeah, you really don't know. So we'll start just rapid firing some of this. There's a lot of questions with this. Is this a desperation move from Microsoft?
The new console?
I don't think so.
If it's true, is this a desperation move? Crap, the Xbox One is about to be in third place.
I would say so. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think it really changes much. I mean. You bring out a new console. If you still don't have games, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah. I think it's a desperation move. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do to right the ship. They're trying anything.
Well, it's to me like the Xbox One X. They just try to throw it out, try to get a buzz about them so people will buy it. Like, oh, that's a new thing. Let me buy it. I'm seeing desperation.
I agree 100%. And I won't get to it very much, but honestly, I think Phil Spencer's no longer the man for the job to head Xbox, the Xbox division. He's no longer the man for the job. Several years ago, what has he done to fix this? You know, you got problems all over the place, and nothing is getting done.
Everyone keeps telling me you just gotta wait. They just acquired a whole bunch of new studios, so
I mean, it's taking too long.
I agree.
Stockholders don't want to wait. Consumers don't want to wait. Gamers don't want to wait. You had your shine.
Yeah, I agree. Price point: how much should this thing be if it doesn't have a disc drive?
Quick side note: so what I read was there's going to be possibly a discless Xbox One console and a new generation Xbox One side by side.
Okay, new generation. How much does it cost?
$599 minimum.
Nah, I think it'll be higher. Well, how much should it cost,
Yeah,
or how much will it cost?
Both. How much do you think it should cost? How much do you think it will cost?
Well, I can't say what it should because I don't know what it's supposed to be.
I mean, you have your numbers on what you think a console should cost.
$499.
Be bold.
I'll go. Should be $599. Will be probably $899.
Damn.
Yep.
Ooh, boy, buddy.
Yep. Nothing's dropping under 300.
No, I think 500 is the mid-range. I mean, technology has advanced so much that it's getting cheaper to manufacture and to do all this other stuff. So I think it'll be in the 500 range as far as it should be, and I think it will be 600 just based on this last console.
I think that it'll be $299,
Oh.
maybe $350. That is the right thing to do to get in against two competitors who are kicking their ass.
They're already losing money. You think they're gonna
Do a PS3?
cut, you know?
Well, I don't think they're gonna have to lose money on the console. They'll be having a easier entry point for a brand new console. That doesn't mean that they're gonna sell it at a loss. So that's how I feel on that one. That's pretty much all the questions that I had for this thing. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what Microsoft can do at this point, but this does not seem it. If this is true, this does not seem it.
I mean, does Halo even have the pull to be a launch title anymore?
I don't think so.
It can if the initial reveal is good. Just have one reveal. Just say, here's the game in E3, and you don't see anything again till launch or something like that.
Yeah.
Just hit it home and then mystery till it comes out. Don't Death Stranding it.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I can't see it personally. Cool. Well, that is our thoughts on the potential Microsoft brand new console releasing probably in 2020 based on these rumors. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but we'll see. All right, guys, it is time for gamer trivia. So every week, two of us, the hosts, I don't know it's me and John Garrett today. I forgot who won last week. Go head to head in a best of 3 trivia contest. The loser makes next week's trivia, has homework, extra stuff to do Saturday night. No fun, no going out with the ladies. The winner, they get to go out and have a good old time. Try to get lucky, go watch a movie. Garrett goes to see 3 or 4 movies with his AMC pass
for $24.95.
So play along, see how well you do in gamer trivia. What you got for us, JG?
Who won last week?
You lost.
Oh, so you don't.
I think
keep
Garrett
track
won.
of that. Yeah, he did. So I had this idea in my head. I was like, you know what? There's one trivia that I want to do, and I made it. And then I thought about it after I made it. I said, we might have already done this trivia in the past, but who cares? We're doing it. We're doing another one.
We should make a rule that if we've done it in the past, just don't even mention it. Just go on.
Okay. Well,
if we don't mention it, the listeners will.
I'd
rather beat them to the punch.
It's not a competition with them.
You can't be corrected if you already corrected yourself.
They're our friends. You guys are our friends.
All right. So we're doing trivia based on a movie based on a holiday.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Nope.
No, that's too easy.
Fireworks and all.
Fireworks and all?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a quote from the movie?
No.
No, nor is it the name of the movie.
Do you know what this is?
It's a holiday with fireworks.
Well, all right, let's do it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I've got to get me one of these.
Okay, so there's a holiday where we celebrate with fireworks.
4th of July?
And that is also called...
Oh, Independence Day.
There you go.
Will Smith.
Yeah, so this is based on... Because there was a couple of them. This is the first
couple?
one. Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
don't do the second one, bro. None of
Do
us
not
have
know?
watched the second
No, I know
one.
there's a second one, but when
I was
couple
stating
does
that-
mean two.
Yes,
but
I was stating-
the way you were saying kind of made it sound like they made like 3 or 4.
No, I didn't finish my sentence. So this is the first movie, was what I was going to say. This is
Oh,
the Will.
thank you.
This is the Will Smith movie that he was in.
Never, ever, for both of you, do the trivia on number 2. It doesn't exist. It's fine.
Am I texting your burner phone?
no, I- You can text him now.
I forgot text messages go to iPads now because I have an iPad for the 3rd week in a row. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So you guys can message me, and I believe it's on mute. Okay. First question for Independence Day trivia, or ID4, however you want to say it. This film almost had a different title before the movie came out. What was the name of this title? A. Doomsday. B. The End of the World. C. The Invasion. Or D. Annihilation. What was this title supposed to be called before they changed it? I have Garrett's answer.
Do you know this one?
I feel like I do.
I don't know. I just guessed.
I have Johnny's answer. Garrett, you said A. Doomsday.
Yeah, it's my favorite DC film.
That sounds good.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, who likes Doomsday?
Especially in that movie with Batman. And Johnny, you said C. The Invasion. The correct answer is A. It was going to be called Doomsday.
Good job, man.
So, point for Garrett. It's 1-0. Question number 2. How long did it take? These are the questions you don't like. How long did it take to complete the script for this film? If you ever read any interviewed stuff, they talked about it a lot. How long did
I
it
was
take?
keeping up on that in '94.
Awesome. A. 3 days to write the script. B. 3 weeks. C. 3 months. Or D. 1 year.
Yeah, these are not the questions I like because, like, my knowledge of the movie itself just
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I could have watched. This could be my favorite movie of all time. Watched it 30 times. Doesn't matter.
You gotta know who the stuntman was who drank that coffee in the diner.
Might. So I have both your answers. Garrett, you said it was B. 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And Johnny, you said it was D. 1 year.
You got it right, Garrett. I saw it in his eyes.
The whole point of trivia is to give you a question where you may or may not know the answer. The correct answer is B. This script
I
was
told you.
written in 3 weeks.
I saw the way he said yours and looked at me. I knew you were right. That's not the point of trivia. The point of trivia is to test my knowledge of that thing.
And I am testing your knowledge, and apparently you didn't know.
Fair.
I mean, I guess that. Okay.
It's the definition of trivia.
We don't have to get into this now, but let's go.
Yes, because you want to keep moving forward. So that is correct for Garrett. So it is 2-0. Fun fact: the film was mostly. Let me read through that. The film was written and mostly filmed in less than 4 months total time. This was urgent because they were trying to have the film come out before another foreseen competitor. What other alien invasion movie do you think they were trying to beat out at the time?
Men in Black.
Nope.
Why was this not a trivia question?
It could have been, but I decided to make it a fun fact. Mars Attacks.
I would have much rather preferred to have the question of how long the script took to be the fun fact.
Oh, okay. Because you had a chance to.
I like
to,
Mars Attacks.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Question number 3. Which of these statements is false? Okay. There's no E in here, so I'll give you that much. Which of these statements is false? A commercial ad caused a real-life panic in Spain for this film. The U.S. military, this is B, the U.S. military fully supported this film. C, the alien's gooey look was thanks to a lot of KY jelly. Or D, Will Smith memorized the entire script before filming started taking place.
I mean, he didn't talk that much, so it's probably easy.
So which of these statements is false? I have Garrett's maybe answer. It looks
No,
sounds
no,
like
I
you
mean,
want to
that's
change
my
it.
answer, but I don't know about that one.
Okay. And I have Johnny's answer. Garrett, you said B, the military fully supported this film. You don't believe that.
Nah.
Johnny, you said the alien's gooey look was thanks to a lot of KY jelly.
That's totally true.
All that sensual jelly.
Possible.
The correct answer is B. That was because they actually were going to film on different military bases, and U.S. military agreed until they found out that there was going to be some talks of Area 51. So they said, nah, we can't have any part of that.
On second thought, no, guys, nah, that's a bad idea.
So that is correct for Garrett. The score is 3-0. So Garrett will decide whether he wants to go in with all the marbles and bet it all, or just take the dub. So, Salty, sudden question. Why are you laughing?
Because it's never like that easy for me.
It's always
I
that
gotta
easy for you.
flex.
So flex then. So just make it simple. If you get the question right, you gain 2 points. If you get the question wrong, you lose as many points as you bet. You're gonna send a bet.
I have 0 to bet.
I still want participation points.
I have nothing to. I have no points to bet. I have no participation points to give.
Okay, well, since we're doing it, I'm just gonna go with the first. I had a couple. So the question that I'm going to give you at the end of this film, the majority of that is a reference to what other film? So the ending of Independence Day is a reference or a callback to what other movie film?
The ending? The ending is a callback to another film?
Sounds like you're taking it quite literally. Don't take it. It's more loose. I have Garrett's answer. And I have Johnny's answer.
I'm pretty sure I got it right, but it won't help me because I know Garrett didn't bet no points. So.
We'll find out. So, Johnny, you said New Hope, Star Wars.
I really hope you meant specifically the battle at the end that you're talking about, but I'm not sure.
Garrett, you said War of the Worlds.
Aliens and dying. Some connections. Connections can be made.
Johnny, your answer is incorrect.
Okay. If it's a World of Worlds, I'm not going to be happy. You phrased that so poorly.
It is War of the Worlds. That's why I said don't take it quite literally.
Wait, but why didn't you just say the whole movie? Because specifically the ending is exactly the opposite. Have you read or watched World of Worlds? They just die. They just die of disease. There's no battle.
But there's a lot of death and famine.
All right.
So, 2 points. Garrett, you should have bet all your points.
I should have bet all my points.
But you bet 0.
I bet 0.
So you got the question right, so that gives you 5 points. Johnny, you got the question wrong, so you got skunked today.
I feel so cheated, Joshua. Had you had just said the whole movie, but you did say the end of the movie, right? The end of the movie.
And yeah,
That's just not World of
I
Worlds.
told you not to take it quite literally.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. But Garrett wins today. ID4 trivia. Ooh, what? Ooh?
That's what Will Smith says when he drives the alien ship. Yep.
Okay.
Trivia for you.
You're the host. I'm going to let you do your thing.
All right, cool. Good job, Garrett. You got the W today. 5-0 skunk on me. Good job. Let's move on. All right, guys, it's time for the speed run. Every week, we break down 7 news stories.
That's good.
Well, I haven't.
He's been learning. He's been reading some books.
Latin mommy for a wife. 7 news stories and fun facts that just didn't quite make the cut, the snip for a full segment. We've got 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one. Finished or not, we gotta go fast. In the speed run. Eddie's and Dryers are bringing Joker and Harley themed ice cream flavors to a local store near you. The Jokers will be Mint Cookie Madness, and Harley will be Cherry Chocolate Diamond Days.
Yeah, there you go, DC. Just milk them for all you can. Just
Pun
the same
intended?
thing you do every time. Just,
Unintended? You did say milk.
You can't make money without... If Joker's not in there, you can't make money. And if Harley's not in there, you also can't make money.
I also don't know if his flavor would be mint cookies. I
It
feel
would be
like
madness.
it would be. I feel like it would be some sort of soury, sour taste. I don't know.
No, man, mint's green, so...
Yeah.
He's got green hair.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Sometimes
actually
green
about
makeup. Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually about... He just has the green hair.
He really
They're
does.
solely basing it off of that.
Yep.
Cherry chocolate sounds kind of good though.
with the Diamond Days.
I don't know. That's maybe there's sprinkles in there.
I'm thinking it's like Sundays kind of thing. Next, John Krasinski confirms at the film A Quiet Place. He confirmed it at it.
You skipped one, bruh.
Oh jeez. Oh, I just sure did. Sorry.
That gives me time to edit this.
Rewind. President of Marvel Studios Kevin Feige.
Who knows, man?
Feige.
Kevin F.
Has confirmed that the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 film will use the draft script created by James Gunn. Can they do that and not pay the man?
Oh, they did pay him. He's not getting paid for that script.
Okay.
He's getting paid for the script.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
they're just not going to
Let him direct. He's not going to let him direct it.
I guess he won.
I mean, depending on how much they paid him for the script, he may make more from using that script than he would have made directing, potentially.
Okay.
And that's cool. Why not just let the man direct? Like, if you're gonna make the point that you're gonna use his script and still have him tied very visibly to the film, just let him direct the film, man. What moral high ground are you standing on?
Whatever moral high ground you thought you were standing on, you got down.
They're probably like, this is a good script. We'll just use this.
Yeah, you got down from your soapbox and picked up the script and stood on the soapbox again to read it. Like,
What
come
was
on.
the point?
There's no point.
Well, they can't bring him back. That just looks bad on them.
That's dumb.
It's dumb, man. It doesn't make any kind of sense.
All right, well, I mean, good for you, James Gunn. Next.
Oh, hey, I think we've read this one already. John Krasinski confirms that A Quiet Place will receive. You see what I did there? It will receive a sequel and is currently in development right now.
I'm out.
Did you see the first one?
I did.
You
like
finished
the first
it?
one?
I did.
You were halfway into seeing it last week.
I was saying I did to your question if I finished it. I did. To the question if I liked it, not much. The first half of the film is great, and then, like many monster movies do, they begin to play fast and loose with the rules that they've established in the beginning of the film.
So they can talk in the end. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, no, like the things that the monster can and can't do, and the things that can or can't affect the monsters begin to change drastically at the end.
Yeah, they do that in a lot of these kind of movies.
Yeah.
They evolved.
Well, I guess the monsters devolve.
Yeah.
Because now they're affected by things they weren't affected by before.
They're weaker or they're stupider. Like, they're not a menace anymore. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I suppose if you keep them the same, then you know, that's a shorter movie, I guess.
Not my fault.
Next.
Netflix will be hosting a new biopic film around Hulk Hogan and the origins and rise of his career. Chris Hemsworth will be playing the role of the wrestling superstar.
I mean, I like wrestling. I don't care.
Really?
I don't care. Especially because Hulk's not as good a guy as you once thought he was.
I think a lot of people are that way, though, that they're not as good a guy or gal as you might think, especially people who, not to say that everyone born before a certain point, but if you grew up in a certain time frame, you're more likely than people who grew up later on to have notions or ideas about different things from when you grew up. That's just how it goes. I think this is really cool because, I mean, as much as I don't like wrestling that much, he really kind of created like the fever, the fervor that it has.
Yeah, the Hulkamania.
Yeah. And
Run
one
wild,
beyond.
man.
The picture that we see with Chris Hemsworth actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a wrestling fan, but I'm excited for those that do like Hulk and do like wrestling, that this will be, I think it'll do pretty well.
Next. According to The Hollywood Reporter, LeBron James' Space Jam 2 will hit theaters July 16th, 2021, day after my birthday. The film will be produced by Ryan Coogler.
I'm in.
Yep.
Ryan Coogler directs anything. I'm freaking in.
All right, okay, man, we got it. Like Ryan
We found out
Coogler.
today that Black Panther got 2 Oscars, and it wasn't for Best Picture, though.
Yeah, I'm sad about that. But yeah, Coogler can direct the crap out of anything, bruh. So yeah.
You know, as long as they get the same voice actors and everything, I'm happy.
I mean, it should be a fun movie regardless, but, you know, we'll see. I mean, Space Jam is an older film, and if you try to appeal too much to an older fan base without trying to do something new, you might get something lost in between. So I'm curious to see if they're going to just make a new film.
Oh yeah, that won't be a problem for Ryan Coogler, bro. Like, he's fine. He's fine. Like, he literally has not.
Next.
Rumors say that Nintendo will announce some Pokemon news during its anniversary week. February 27th is the Japanese launch date. In addition, it's also rumored the next Gen 8 games are to be titled Pokemon King and Pokemon Queen.
That's sick. I love that.
Those aren't colors.
Well, they haven't been colors for quite some time.
Has
Sun and Moon been colors?
The exception.
X and Y were also colors?
I guess not.
I didn't
Chromosome.
forget about those.
Like, literally the last 2 generations have not been colors.
Okay.
Like, that ship has sailed.
So,
Okay.
Pokemon Nido King and Nido Queen.
Although I don't like... I guess I like it, but I don't because now it's going to have a gender like bias. I don't like that.
Yeah, or 2 games.
What? Or 2 games? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, what if
could've been
the
one
Poke King identifies as a Poke Queen?
What?
Now you're just getting into territory that Nintendo don't want to get into.
Yeah, neither do we.
I
No,
don't want to get into. Have you seen Birdo?
that's...
Next.
Sony and Insomniac Spider-Man for PS4 is getting a permanent price drop down to $39.99.
Cool, if you haven't bought it yet.
If you haven't bought it yet, what the hell are you waiting for?
$20 price drop, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, hope it was worth it. You missed out on the meme train. I mean, you missed out on quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you waited this long. If you did wait this long, buy the game. Play it.
Spider-Man had a big year last year. I mean, Avengers, right? Like, that was a great film. He had a pretty cool part in it. You know, then
Yeah,
Its own
this,
movie.
then this
Diane.
game, and then
Homecoming.
he did die.
Get
Yeah.
erased.
Homecoming wasn't last year.
That was the year before?
It was like, yeah. And then, of course, Into the Spider-Verse. It's a lot of Spider-Man goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mentioned that.
You said
Spider-Man on PS4.
Avengers.
Spider-Man on PS4, and then, like, you guys began
It's a good game. Go out and buy it.
like that. Like, just like that.
Oh. And
All right, guys, that's the speed run. Let's move it forward. It is time for Name the Game. 3 games, 2 hosts, and clues that lead to the one correct answer for each game. Use your wits, match the clues, name the game. Garrett, you went down. Joshua's on a legendary streak of his right now, 4 in a row.
I actually did the research for it because everyone was not sure.
Everyone is Garrett, not Johnny. Johnny didn't dispute anything.
so,
Garrett
do you want
disputed
to
it.
clarify how many trivias you won?
Yeah, it was 2.
Okay. All right.
So no 3-peat.
It was
That's what
very
he's-
close.
Okay, but you are killing it in the name of the game.
Garrett just wants to make sure that you all know he did not get a 3-peat
Yep.
In that other game.
in gamer trivia.
But we're past that.
We're
here.
talking about old stuff.
We're here now.
All right. Let's see if you can keep that streak going, gentlemen. Good luck.
Star Fox. I'm just kidding. I'm just
That's the
kidding.
game that's how you lost last week. So
This game has 13 massive puzzles.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah,
Thanks.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
that's all I got to that. Keep it going.
All right, that's correct, Johnny. 1 point for you. Joshua, don't get left behind.
Thanks. Is that the name of the next game?
Oh, left behind? Is that a game?
It's
Anyway.
DLC.
Oh, okay. Next game. An environmentally friendly game.
The Blob.
No.
Is that environmentally friendly? I feel that's just the opposite. It's a good guess. Epic Mickey.
Huh?
You know me, I just throw out guesses. So
Alright.
I don't pass ever.
Literally clean up the messes you're being blamed for.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Super Mario Sunshine.
You know, good one.
Yeah.
That is correct. Joshua. Johnny's looking not to be the only one skunked today.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Last one wins everything. Yeah. Double or nothing.
No, thank you.
This question is worth 4 points. Okay, so that's correct, Johnny. That's 2 for you. Joshua, don't get skunked. Last game. The city is your playground.
Mark Echo's Getting Up.
No.
Wow.
Oh,
Infamous.
no. Bend technology to your will.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
Good job.
That
Those
is
skunks
correct.
did
I was gonna get it. Too. I was like, it's that game that's kind of like that game with the guy that has like the red like scythe like thing. You know,
Prototype?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
Prototype.
nothing like Prototype.
I don't know. I for some reason those games go together for me.
They should not.
No, it's Prototype and The Incredible Hulk. Those games go together.
Like, people do Prototype and Infamous. That I can at least,
Yeah. That's
okay.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
He
That's
said the
fair.
guy with the red scythe. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you said the game. I'm like, oh.
That's question 4 for name the game actually right there. All right, cool. Well, I took that dub there. Didn't hurt from the sting of Independence Day. Literally didn't have to watch the movie.
Gain the lead. Lost the lead.
All right, let's move on. All right, guys, it is time for the end of our show. And at the end of every single show, we talk about what's going on with us outside the podcast and give each other
Stupor powers.
stupid superpowers
Keeping it calm today.
for good or for bad. It's my week to host.
We should just call it for good or for Johnny. Because you're always
Yeah,
doing
I'm the only
bad.
one that's going to do the bad. It's been a very interesting and fun week for myself. So I am playing still Kingdom Hearts, barely trudging through just because life, man. Like, it's time drains with chillins.
What world are you currently at?
I'm still trying to get through to the second world, and I hate the gummy ship so much. It's so stupid. Like, I hate it. But I've tried 3 or 4 times, and I get like frustrated and like lost, and I just fall asleep. So that keeps happening. Watching Russian Doll, thoroughly enjoying that. Watching Dragon Prince season 2, thoroughly enjoying that. There's a lot of good stuff on Netflix. I'm just digging in, man. It's great stuff. Went to had a first session. Garrett actually joined us for our first restart of D&D on Friday night.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, baby. It was a good session. Apparently, they had a good time, which as a DM is always a really good thing to hear, especially when they say it multiple times. Like, they're not just being like, "Hey, great session, man. Thank you for that," and they just leave.
Yeah, it was good, Johnny. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to next week.
But yeah, it was super fun, man. Him and Vivi seemed to have a good time, laughing, joking. It added a new dynamic. Saturday, had another game night with a couple other different friends playing Code Names. They got introduced them to that game. We had some fun with that.
That's a fun one.
It is a fun one. I really enjoy that, just the intellectual side of Code Names. If you haven't heard of that, it is a really fun party game that's not like party game-ish, where like there's no skill involved. It's just luck, or like, say something and hopefully like someone picks your card. Cards Against Humanity, Red Flag, Super Fight type thing. It's rough for me. Or, apples to apples nonsense like that. It's not like that. You can play with anything from 2 to 30 people, and it still takes the same amount of 15 minutes. It's a great game. So did that Saturday. Today took my son and along with my dad and my wife and my little baby girl to Monster Jam. We went to that at Angel Stadium. Great event. I mean, it's literally just monster trucks running around doing monster truck tricks. My son loved it. Was a little taken aback just because they are loud. And we bought him like the earphone things. He didn't want to wear them at first and was scared brainless. Then put them on, and then later he got used to it, took them off. And he loved it. And like after that, we went to dinner at my in-laws. And like the whole time I was showing them videos. Dude, this truck did a double backflip. Like this giant monster truck, he went to a wall, rolled up it, flipped over, bounced, flipped again. A double freaking... Anyway, showed them that video and other videos on my phone. And like nonstop, all he wanted to do was watch the monster truck videos. Every time I took the phone, I'm like, "Monster truck, daddy! Monster truck, daddy! Monster truck! Monster truck!" It was ridiculous. Great weekend. That's for awesome. Me. Yeah, great week. So yeah, it's been pretty good. One bad thing, and I only mention this because Vivi's not going to listen to the show, and if she does, then I guess I'm in trouble. There were some problems. She left her purse at a Del Taco across from Angel Stadium. I went back and got it, so a little bit of a mar in my beginning of the day. Had to go back and pay for parking twice. That sucked. Got her purse back. Everything was in it that I thought. Come to find out, she has like $200 in that wallet. Did not get that back. Why are you walking around with $200 in your purse? But whatever. I digress. We'll get through it.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, you're right. It could have been.
I understand that doesn't like take it away. I'm not like saying like, "Oh no, Johnny, it's fine. Everything's golden." But considering what could have happened, the possibility, I mean, you could have not even got the purse back.
That's true. That's true.
So it's not as bad as it could have been.
That was the money you were going to spend on the concessions in the Monster Jam.
That's not enough money.
Damn, she said she should have had more.
You gotta have
more on her.
You need more money than that to buy a churro nowadays. Like, we
That's
talking
true,
about?
especially from Disneyland.
Yep. So that is my week. Sorry that was long. Tried to speed through it, but yeah, good week for me, man. I had a lot of fun. I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. Garrett, your superpower. I'm giving it to you.
Superpowers.
Yep. You have the ability, and you have the ability to use it whenever you want to. Whenever you're watching a show, any show you want, you can go ahead and literally see everything from the perspective of a character in the show.
That's dope.
Like, you can just be in there. But,
It's like VR.
but you get mind-numbing headaches after you're done. Like, you're just like, oh god, like the light hurts my eyes. Oh, sound, like, oh, it hurts. Like, and you can sleep. You're one sleep and it's gone. Like, it's not a migraine that'll last for days, but like, you are in pain. Like, oh, my head is killing me. Like, to the point where, like, like sometimes it hurts so bad, like you put your head on the pillow and it's still like the pillow still hurts your head. You're like, I can't even lay down to sleep. That's the kind of migraine you get.
I do hate migraines.
And but it's like you would see, feel, like all senses of whatever's happening in that movie. There's a lot of aspects of that, bro.
Any movie?
It has to be a fully feature-length movie that would release on television or in a theater, a movie theater, like a regular AMC. Not anything else, bro.
So no, me, I can't go. See
No.
Alright. Fine. Thanks.
Yeah. There's a lot of applications.
My week. Didn't really do much.
Okay, moving on.
Didn't play Crackdown.
Sorry. Oh, you gave up on that game?
I mean, yes. Kind of just done with it. Overwatch got a new Paris map. That's a lot of fun. So one of the capture the point assault map. That's what they call them, where you capture point A, then capture point B. It seems to be a haven for Widowmakers. Which, I mean, hey, she's from Paris, so sure. I guess. But like every game it's a sniping haven, apparently.
It's a blood gulch.
They did tease a new hero coming soon. So probably in March, because that'll be 3 months from when Ash came out. Already 3 months. So cool. Looking forward to that. I did catch Alita Battle Angel.
Oh.
That was fun. That was a good one. It was long. It was a long movie. There were a couple of times where I'm like, wow, this is still going. But it was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. There were some things, some characters I think could have been better. There were some actors that were like, oh, that's okay. That's the best you could do with that.
Like
right.
Beauty Face?
She was obviously the best part of the movie.
Oh,
but
sorry. I was talking about the dude.
I thought you said Beauty Face.
I did.
Oh.
Because he's always about his face.
Okay. That guy.
Yeah, sorry. The other Beauty Face.
Okay.
Not Alita.
No. Alita was fun. You get used to the eyes. It's not a big deal. Honestly, like, I can see them doing future, like, anime live action adaptations doing the same thing. It's fine. It's fine. No problem with it. Hoping they do another one, actually. So we'll see how that goes. But that was me. Joshua?
Yes.
Your superpower.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability.
You giggled. I didn't like that.
You have the ability to call into work as many times as you want. Nobody will question it.
Call into work or call out of work?
You know what he meant.
And that's why I'm clarifying. Like, this
Okay.
is a superpower. I
right,
need to have every
okay,
detail.
fair.
Let me ask you this. What is the difference between calling into work and calling out of work?
Like, if I gotta just ask a question, I'm calling into work.
Okay. All right. You have the ability to call out of work. Call in sick. Sorry. Is that okay? Or are you is that the same thing? Okay. You have the ability to call out sick as many times as you want, and no one will question it.
But
as soon as you hang up that phone, you start feeling whatever sickness you told them. So if you're like, I really want to play this game, guys, sorry, I got the mud butts. Did not mean to say that.
that's a good thing I have a Switch.
So
Mud butts.
yeah.
Never heard that before.
It's a powerful power, but
Rock slide.
use it with responsibility.
Okay.
can he say the same thing again and again? Like, could he keep calling in and saying, "I got the sniffles"?
I mean, technically, I don't know if sniffles is that qualifies.
Well, they'll buy it. You said.
Yeah.
What if he messes up and he's like, "Oh yeah, my grandma died."
I was thinking you just like he like slip of the tongue, like, "Oh, I got the shitsels."
There's a new thing. He's just crapping out of his nose.
Oh.
So what
Careful
if,
with that
what if
power.
I lie about something that isn't real?
He just creates some like disease.
It happens.
It just plagues the
And
world.
you get it.
Like I can't. My teeth hurt, but I don't have any teeth.
You feel phantom pains.
Over 3 million people on the West Coast have died from the Red Death.
They call it the red day. People say, "Don't look outside. Cover your blinds."
He creates a disease from bird box.
Exactly.
That was funny. That was creative.
This
I
fool
like that.
creates the T virus. Just kills everybody. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, that was funny. That was good. All right, it's my week. So Joshua mentioned last week that his brother built him a new computer. So I haven't put a lot of good use to it yet because I've been doing some other stuff. But I got a brand new desk from IKEA. I'd never been to IKEA before. I'm of my own volition. Garrett is like shocked.
I'm actually a little disappointed you didn't invite me to go with you to IKEA.
It was okay. Number one, you don't do well. Putting you on blast. You don't do well with like last minute stuff. Like I decided at 8:30 at night, I'm gonna go to IKEA right now because I guess I'm gonna go pick up that desk.
There's very little reason to ever invite you to anything unless it's been scheduled a week or two in advance.
That's fair.
Yeah. So it is phenomenal. It's 55 inches long. It's a big desk. It's 12 inches bigger than my last desk. And underneath on the back side, there's a hidden compartment where you can like store your cables. So you can put like a power strip there, and your cables are rising from that, and they're not on the floor. It's a wonderful thing. So I did that. I bought a mount because I'm going to get 2 monitors. So I'm going to use to stream. I already got my new mic. Thanks for housing that for me. And I bought a giant mouse pad, which is like the ones that are like really long.
With the anime boobies?
No, I didn't do anime boobies. What I really wanted, because the place that I bought it from, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. It was a new site. They actually do custom work, so you can customize your pad. You can do custom mats for trading cards. You can do customizable dice bags to hold your dice. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I'll send you guys the link because I think you guys could do some cool stuff. I really wanted to do a Smash Brothers pad, but in order to do the mural, like you have to crop it up. Like you can't do that and then have them upload and print. It was disappointing. So I got a cool one. I think it's cool anyway. And then I actually played a new game. Have you guys seen what game I'm playing?
Nope.
Oh man,
Yes, I have.
it's probably the best game I've played in a few months besides Tales, since it's a remake.
That come from Game Pass.
Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest, the definitive edition.
That's
Which
the first one, right?
yeah, because the second one is not. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, good point.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I don't think it's out. It is a beautiful game. Sound is great. Visually, it is spectacular. It just does wonders for a game that's been out for several years. It definitely has that Metroidvania vein to it, where you acquire different power-ups throughout the course of the game, and then you don't necessarily backtrack in this game, which I like. You backtrack only if you want to get other power-ups. There are some points where you have to go back because you didn't have this power, but it's not like in a Metroid game, more specifically, where you literally revisit every area you have been to go to a new area. It's not like that. I am very excited to play this new game, the Will of the Wisp, because this game was a lot of fun. I finished it in about 11 hours. The story is pretty good, and there's not a lot of storytelling. It's all driven
Visual
by
and
the
all that?
art.
Okay.
It is a very well crafted game. I highly recommend it, especially if you have Game Pass.
Nice.
It's totally worth the play. And Ori is like the cutest little bunny creature. Like it's you guys just I'll say it. So that is my week. Johnny, you're gonna get a superpower. You may or may not like it.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's a custom thing. So you have the ability where you can, I don't know how I should word this. So if you want to punish somebody or do something to them, like if you want to give someone a cramp, or if you want to change someone's hairstyle, or if you want to make someone like just trip or fall asleep, you give someone some type of sickness or circumstance or whatever, something happens, you have the ability to kind of manifest that to somebody else.
Okay, I'm liking everything so far. Where's the but?
There's no but.
All right, so don't talk anymore. The power's done.
No.
However,
Yeah. The flip side of it is...
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Whatever you do to the other person, it exactly happens to you. And there are no positives. Like, you can't say, I'm going to give that person $1 million, and all of a sudden you acquire $1 million. You're trying to do a disservice to somebody else. And whatever you do, it happens to you as well.
I'll never use... I don't have a power. I'm not.
No, you have a power. You can choose not to use it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stab someone or make them fall and fall on a knife or break their nose and then have my nose broken.
I mean, that's up to you how you want to imagine something happening. So
it's like taking the most beautiful woman you've ever met and saying she's all yours, but she's covered in feces, just smeared all over every orifice of her body.
She got the shitsels.
I don't think that is a good comparison, but whatever floats your boat.
That's what you did to this power.
I shat all over it.
I'll never touch it. I'll never use this power.
That's up to you. Use your imagination.
You didn't give me a. Come on. There's nothing good about that.
You're the bad guy. Figure it out.
There are some applications.
You just have to think outside the bird box.
All right. Fine. Whatever. Cool. All right. That's my superpower. Well, guys, hopefully you had a good time. We are wrapping up the show for today. Hopefully it's fun. We always have fun. Before we let you go, before I get on to, you don't listen to other podcasts. Before you re-listen to an older podcast from us, because you're loyal.
109 of them.
Yeah,
plus the bonuses.
Yeah, you're a loyal listener. You don't listen. You don't cheat on us with other podcasts. There's a few things you can do to help our show. You have something to say there, Garrett?
I didn't realize you were the jealous type.
What podcast is that? What are you queuing up? What's in your queue?
How long is it?
Is it longer than ours?
Oh man, help us out a couple different ways, guys. If you got some free time, leave us a review wherever that might be on Apple, on Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I don't care. Whatever you're doing, give us some kind words. Helps people find us. On top of that, leave us some ratings. A thumbs up, a star, some sprinkles. Whatever they got nowadays. Some fuzz, some pizzazz. Whatever they have that gives us a little bit of an accolade from you, we'd appreciate you guys doing that really quickly. And lastly, guys, if you have family, friends, people that might enjoy our show, please, give them the kind word of, hey, check out so-and-so podcast. Well, actually, I've listened to so-and-so podcast. Don't listen to that one. Super Co-op Squad. That's the one you should listen to. We'd love that. And lastly, guys, chat with us. You can find us by email, contact@scspodcast.net. You can also find us on Twitter @SuperCoop Squad. We're also on Instagram @SuperCoop Squad, and you can also join our Facebook group where you can chat with us there as well. And if you want to have a little word or two with Johnny directly, or Garrett, or JG over there, you can do so on Twitter. You can find me at JohnnyMac24.
You can find me at GJL3275.
You can find me at Eternal Red Gamer.
Cool. Well, until next week, guys, stay safe, have fun, and keep gaming. We will see you next week. As always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Joshua.
Bye.